Hi everyone, Jean Bromage of Reiki Essence Healing Arts, and today I'd like to share a few reflections about this new moon that's happening this evening as I'm recording this video. And this new moon will be in Gemini, and it's a special new moon in that it's the moon is the closest to Earth that it's going to be this year for out of all of the new moons. So it has some potent energy for planting the seeds of intention, and it's also being infused with the archetypal energies of Gemini. But there are also some other energies that have been building up this week to support us in really embracing the joys of summer. We've had Venus and Jupiter conjunct last week, and that energy is still there for us to access. And it's been in the sign of Cancer, which really provides us that sense of feeling at home with ourselves, being anchored in who we truly are, feeling safe, feeling nourished, and feeling protected. And so those two energies, Venus is all about our values, the beauty that we appreciate in the world, how we receive love, and then Jupiter is the big expander. It helps us to expand into joy and abundance and optimism. And so when those two planets come together in the sky, it creates an energy that gets magnified of what our heart desires and so forth. However, then whatever constellation they're coming together in also has its influences. And this time around, it's in Cancer. And we enter Cancer season. The sun enters Cancer next weekend, which again marks the official beginning of summer. So, so this week is a really beautiful week to be setting intentions. And this time around with Gemini is it's all about communication, connection, networking, and it's about really tapping into what relationships and what connections nourish your joy. Because this summer is really inviting us to take a break as much as we can, to give ourselves a break from the hardships of life. It's been a very intense start to the year. Even if good things have been happening, the energies have been very intense. A lot of fire and a lot of rapid change. And even if it's change for the good, it can still be a jolt to our nervous systems. And if you've been carrying a lot of grief or stress or some really profound anxiety, then that could also be being amplified from these energies from the first half of this year. So as we step into the second half of the year, we're being invited to just take a pause and really begin to nurture your joy. And there's a slippery slope when it comes to joy. We hear the word joy thrown around in the collective. There's been that phrase of joy as an act of rebellion. In recent years, we're told that joy is what helps us to manifest, and so forth. And that's all well and good. I mean, joy is so important to our healing. Having joy, having laughter, having fun is such an important part of our healing process. However, if you've been carrying a lot of heavy emotions as of late, then really being aware of your capacity to allow joy to flow through your life is really important, because it is an amplifier and it will amplify what's there, joy. And in joy will create a contrast. So if you've been feeling a lot of grief and then suddenly you're having a jolt of joy, that's a beautiful thing. But just to be mindful that it might activate something in your nervous system that triggers tears, a release of grief, and that's okay. It's just to be aware of it because it may feel overwhelming at the time. And so as we enter this summer season, it's really important if you've been going through a really hard time to really take the time to ground into yourself, ground into your being. Find those spaces through which you can really slow down and be with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, to allow your nervous system to reset, to allow your energy to reset, and to be able to step into that capacity of joy with conscious awareness. Because joy is always around, it's always accessible. However, our capacity to allow the flow of joy into your being depends on where you're at, because joy is very expansive. It opens up our energy field, it gets things flowing. And if we've been holding on tight to anxiety or stress or grief, then that's going to get dislodged. And then, then it's going to be there in your face wanting to be processed. And so I'd like to take you through a short guided meditation to really hone in on your heart center. The heart is where you experience your emotions, and that's why so many people hold so much tension in their shoulders, heart disease, so many issues with blood pressure and things like that. And oftentimes it's because we're holding on to our unprocessed emotions, emotions that haven't been metabolized and integrated. So we compartmentalize and it gets stuck in the heart. The sacral chakra around the belly button, the lower belly area, that's the area where we actually do the digesting of our emotions. So the heart is where we actually feel it. And then the digestive tract is where the energy of our emotions get processed. So that's why when people suffer from severe anxiety, for example, they have a lot of digestive issues. Or if you're holding on to a lot of grief and you're unable to let it go, then that could trigger some digestive issues. So the thing is to start with being in a space where you feel safe enough to really be in your heart, to be with what's in your heart, and to allow whatever is ready to be released, and released in the sense that you're loosening your grip around it and then allowing whatever expression needs to come forth to allow it to come forth. And then also then to use that space to not just allow joy, but to allow the joys of connection with the people in your life, connection with certain situations in your life, connections with different dimensions of life. So your relationship to maybe your creative process, or your relationship to your family, or your relationship to work. So we have so many different types of relationships, and Gemini is all about how we're communicating. And so I'm going to take you through this guided meditation to open up to the heart in the heart center, as much as it feels right for you at this time, and then to gently open and then really reflect on those connections of energy between you and the outer world, and you with your inner world, and to really determine what is nourishing your joy, what is nourishing your happiness, and to get clarity on what may need to be released, what connections maybe need to be let go of at this time. So with that, I'm going to invite you to gently drop your eyelids and take a nice deep inhale through the nose and a nice cleansing exhale. And another deep inhale And on the exhale, just allowing your body to release and relax wherever you're sitting, or maybe you're lying down. Just with each exhale now, relax a little deeper. And now I invite you to imagine yourself walking through the woods on a beautiful summer morning. And the sun has risen, and you can see the golden patches of light on the forest floor. And just as you get to the opening at the edge of the forest that opens up into a field, a meadow of flowers, you see a tree. And as you approach the tree, you just feel this urge to lean up against the tree. Perhaps there's a place at the base of the tree where you can comfortably sit, or maybe you just prefer to stand and just lean your back up against the tree. And as you do, you really feel that support of the tree against your back. And as you continue to breathe and allow yourself to just feel fully supported. Fully supported and safe and anchored within your being. And as you continue to relax, the sun is rising and you're feeling the warmth of the sun's rays against your skin. And you feel this beautiful golden ray of light begin to enter your heart center. So I invite you to breathe into your heart, both in the front and the back, between your shoulder blades, and really feel this warm, golden, nourishing solar energy really enter your heart and allow it to open up your energy center. Allowing it to open up as much as it feels safe for you right now. To feel that energy opening and expanding just as far as feels right for you at this time. Still breathing and feeling the support of the tree trunk against your back. And now you begin to feel this nourishing solar energy gently moving down your body, down into your stomach and your middle back. Breathing and allowing it to continue to flow down into your lower belly and your lower back. And continuing to move down through your legs and out through the soles of your feet. And allowing this energy to carry anything that needs to be released and letting it be discharged into the earth so that the energy flowing through your body can be flowing at just the right pace for you. And as this energy flows down into the earth, you also are connecting in with the heart of Mother Earth. And as you make that connection through the soles of your feet, you begin to experience this beautiful energy in return, coming up through the soles of your feet and up through your legs and back up through your belly and your back, up into your heart. And now allowing it to move up into your throat, in the back of your neck, and up through your third eye and the top of your head. And now feeling just this beautiful balanced upward and downward flow of energy through your body. And again, still feeling the support of the tree trunk, reminding you that you are in a place of emotional safety, and that you get to decide how fast or slow the energy is moving through you, what is being released, what is being received. It's all up to you. Continuing to breathe and just allow the energy to flow up and down your body at the pace that is just right for you. And now I invite you to place your hand on your heart. Once again, returning your attention to your heart center and reconnecting with that beautiful solar energy that came in through your heart, those rays of sunlight. And that solar energy is creating a sphere of golden light, like your own mini sun that's forming in your heart chakra. And just breathing and allowing the sphere of golden solar light to open and expand as far as it would like to go in your heart center at this time. And now imagine a ray of light emanating from your heart. And this ray of light, it has a message that it's carrying from your heart to someone else's heart. A message of love to someone in your life that you find nourishing to be around, somebody uplifting, somebody who accepts you for who you are, perhaps, somebody you know you can laugh with, just somebody whose presence you really enjoy being around. And just send a message of love, appreciation, of light to that person from your heart to theirs. Continuing to breathe. And now imagine a ray of light being returned to you from that person, or perhaps it's a situation that you share with that person that brings both of you joy. Just breathing and receiving that ray of golden light back into your heart. Knowing that there is this beautiful exchange of joy between the two of you that gets amplified when you connect in that joy and that love with that person and that appreciation. And then I invite you to do this 2 or 3 more times, picking someone else, just imagining that ray of solar light coming from your heart and connecting with that other person or situation that brings you joy or that nourishes you or just creates that sense of acceptance for who you are, that sense of safety. Sending them a message of love and appreciation or just a blessing. And then in turn being willing to receive that love and joy back from them. Then doing that 1 or 2 more times. As people come to you in your mind's eye, just allowing those rays of light to be sent out to them, and then in turn receiving that love and joy back. This is all about connecting from the heart with the people that not only bring you joy, but that you really truly feel safe and to be around, the people that make you feel loved and accepted for who you are. Now just set an intention to reach out to those people whenever you have a moment. And maybe make a special effort this summer to make sure that you do spend time with them, or that you just make a point to maybe talk to them a little more often, or just communicate with them a little more frequently. Maybe even just let them know how much they mean to you. And now, as we get ready to close our meditation, just breathing a couple more times into your heart. And if there's any excess energy flowing in your body, you can now allow it to flow down through your legs and out through your feet, being sure to reconnect with your body. And if you feel like your energy field is wide open, you can just begin to reconnect with your physical body, reconnect with the room that you're in, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, coming back and gently open your eyes. So I hope this guided meditation helps you to anchor into your being so that you can in turn expand into joy for the summer, to be able to find moments of laughter and fun, connecting with the people that invoke those experiences to be around. And if you are in a space where this first half of 2026 has left you feeling a bit thrashed, a bit overwhelmed, if you're feeling super anxious right now, I am offering 40% off on my healing sessions, my one-on-one healing sessions. And I've opened up my calendar through the end of September and my availability. And so this special ends on June 30th, and you can book as many sessions as you'd like at this discount. And it's my way of giving back this year, knowing it's a big year of change, including myself, as I am rebuilding my website and taking some time to kind of pivot and reflect on how I want to move forward with my offerings. I felt like this was a really good opportunity, especially for those who have been curious about what it's like to work with me to be able to try it out by booking a session. And if you don't see a time that works for you, just reach out and we can try to find a time that works for both of us. And this is for both virtual sessions. So if you're not in the New York City area, then I do virtual sessions. I usually meet with my clients on Zoom when we do distance healing sessions. And then I work out of 2 locations here in New York City, um, of 2 beautiful spaces for private one-on-one in-person sessions. So you can check it out at the link in the comments. And if you enjoyed this guided meditation, be sure to hit like and subscribe to my channel. It's a small but growing channel, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with all of you. In the meantime, happy summer, happy new moon. Make sure this week you set some intentions for yourself, especially, with creating more joy in your life. All right, have a wondrous day. Take care.